And there you have it, Noah Bennett next to an in-game render from Austin Theory. I am the friendly neighbourhood Moomin, back with another video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new around here, this YouTube channel is dedicated to all things trying to think out around the box with regards to original content. I create plenty of calls from my PWA wrestling brand, and if there isn't a tutorial to make a face texture or a body texture on this channel, then there's one coming. So if that's the sort of thing you're needing, if you want originality, well, give me a like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before 2023 ends. I think that should be done soon because I'm on about 930 in the last week. So thank you all of those that are currently subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please think about doing so. About 80% of the people that watch this channel are not subscribed, and I could do with some extra watch time as well. So but in this video, we're going to go into making renders for a custom core that you've created that looks close to what they look like in game. So it's original, they're not a real life person, but you're getting a real life looking render. We're not using AI to just improve the image that you've got. We're actually going to have a look at a real life person. Now, I did a similar video just before 2K22 came out. We're assuming 2K23 will have the same thing, but it should hopefully work on both. Disclaimer though, it's by no means perfect. Some of the images you find are not going to be in all the dimensions that you need for the game, but it's close as damn it, and it looks a little bit better in game next to in-game proportions. And you'll see in this example here, I've got someone called Noah Bennett. I've tried as close as possible to get the face texture that I ended up with close to the render that I made, and it next to an in-game model, you don't really notice the difference. So what you're going to need is FaceApp. We're using FaceApp again. I'm a fan of FaceApp. I've used it a few times for things. I don't think it's good for originals, for real life people like your Kenny Omegas and stuff like that. It's quite popular to be created. Wouldn't suggest it for that sort of thing. There's going to be a link to a template. I'll shout out the guy on Twitter who originally created it, but I've adjusted it just to be a bit more simpler and for you to use, and I'm going to break down how you can use that in a moment. But first off, you want to load up FaceApp, and you want to have Googled a PNG image for the wrestler you want your core to look like. So we're all inspired. For example, I've got Chad Hardy, and I've got Noah Bennett in an example here. Chad Hardy is currently based on Henry Cavill with AJ Styles influences, and is also... Noah Bennett is based off of Kip Sabian mixed with Jensen Ackles out of Supernatural. So I've gone for a Kip Sabian PNG file. You're going to see the video playing at the side of me, one of these sides. I don't know when the full recording's done. You're going to see that being done. So once you've got your PNG image, you want to then upload that into FaceApp, and you want to combine that image you've got with your celebrity. So I've chosen Jensen Ackles, and I get a unique looking face because it's not a real person, it's two people like they've had a son or morphed the face together. Once you've then saved that PNG image, you then need to go back into FaceApp with a default texture or with an original text that you've already got, or an older one as I prefer to use, and blend that new face into the default texture. And you should see it going across on the video on the side, so you might want to slow things down and come back to it. And then you should have a unique looking face texture. So it's not a real person. It's not anybody in the wrestling world. It's unique to that character. And then once you've got it in game, you want to just get it looking as close to your render as possible. And then we're going to break down how you can actually resize the render to make sure it appears proper in game. So we'll get that back into a second. But if you just want to maybe go back a bit and just keep looking at the render part there, and then we'll go into the PC section and how you can actually resize the render. Okay, so you can see we're now in the guide. Now I'm going to link the guy's description in Twitter, so you might be able to go and give him a follow. But he's called Hotvia or something like that. Hotvat, this person anyway. And he's created a template for you to use. So full credit to that person. But I've just simplified it more for myself and to use on GIMP. When it lets it load it back up. Just cancel that down. Now, you can see all these guidelines that you've got here. And all you need to do is just... I'm going to assume you know how to remove a background, by the way, because once you've done the FaceApp part, it will add a background. So you'll need to remove that first. There's plenty of websites and tutorials out there for that. This is not that time. And all you need to just make sure is that everything lines up. So as you can see, you've got the top here. Maybe if I just have something I can draw with so you can have a proper look. You've got the head section. The top one is the head. You also want to make that thing. You got the eyes and the nose, chin, and then waist. And then sometimes it'll have knees. And you want the width to be on par with what you see behind him, which is a Seth Rollins silhouette. Once you're happy with everything that you've done and it all lines up, that's then the moment that you remove the guides and you remove the background and you remove that, and then you just export that as a PNG to wherever you need it to go. Okay. Once you've done that, you then upload it to game, and I'll show you how in a second how it will look. In fact, I could probably go straight into it now. If I just go to my game capture. Right, and then there you have it. Noah Bennett next to an in-game render from Austin Theory. And because the dimensions are right, you've got the right width and everything, it should always look about right no matter what part of the game that you're on. Obviously, this isn't going to be perfect, but I just think it gives you a bit of added realism. And you will see, I've tried to get Noah Bennett to look similar to the render that I've made, but you end up with a custom face texture that is very unique because you're not going to, it's not based on a real person. Well, it is technically, but there's nobody else who's going to look like that unless somebody decides to do what I've done and exactly copy Kip Sabian and Jensen Ackles. And that's it, really. So if that has helped you, we'll just go back to the full screen. If that has helped you, please give me a like and subscribe and comment down below. Any questions, maybe jump on a stream or tag me on Twitter or anything for any questions regarding this. I am the Friendly Neighbour Home Movement, and I'm back with more videos soon. Peace out. So Miles Brewer can see everything. He's kind of like, he thinks he's gifted from God and he can see things that aren't about. He can see everything. He can even see John Cena. There you go. How much of an intro is that as part of a promo? He's that good he can see John Cena.